Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Where's living water? Thank you. Okay, great. It's already. Oh, my cameras. Okay, but I have to try to look on. You can see me with me, but I didn't apply. Okay. So, yeah, well, we can. We set it at the podium. That'll be perfect. Okay. Can you move your phone for me? Okay. Okay. It's okay. Okay, we can ready to get started. Finally got it done. Yes. Yes. Say something. And then you can Oh, yeah. Okay. So, so I'm ready. Okay. Yes, we're going to go down here. Yeah, come to the podium. If you don't want to, that'll be fine. Okay. You good?
All right, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Wow, come on. Folks are listening all over the world to this portion of the House of Reawakening Minds Bring Into Action 2024 conference. And I am so glad that each and every one of you is here tonight. And many of you have come for just this. I mean, we've had an amazing time, have we not? Yes, 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 we have. But a lot of us are here. A lot of you are here for our next presenter, our keynote presenter. So we are going to receive here. I think this is a monumental moment and occasion. Some of us were not able to be at the conference. I'm listening to myself playing back here. We weren't like, you guys talking. I'm gonna get over here a little bit. Some of us were not able to go to Tallahassee to be a part of her, excuse me, her coronation. I was one of them. I was about to travel. I had to travel myself, but I am so glad that, as they say, I'm gonna just use a church phrase. She thought it not robbery to come and be part of this conference, to be our keynote. And what I am talking about, Her Royal Highness, Her Majesty, Empress, Chakra, Rare Bird, Ningret, who is the leader of the Chalage Cherokee Nation State. Let's receive her. Let's stand on feet.
First of all, I want you to give yourselves a hand. Go ahead. I'm all about you. Talk yourself. Don't be worried about me. I want y'all to like yourself. Do you? That's what I'm about. I looked up like, good God, I was so busy trying to get everything together here because y'all know I'm still with this IT stuff. These younger folks are more computer savvy, and they're gonna whip us in shape, but we're gonna get left behind, okay? First of all, I wanna thank you all for gracing me with your presence. Okay, that's the first thing. Let's get that straight. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here, right? So what I'm gonna do is I got some folks that keep me in line, because it ain't me, okay? Because a great leader got to have great people to help them, and you have to listen to them. So I'm gonna listen to them, and I'm gonna get his mic where it's supposed to be so we can do it right, so that I can come in right. But I thank you, Dr. G, for introducing me. But right now, they got a protocol, and I'm gonna follow protocol. Okay, and I'll put this mic down, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's your time. Y'all ready? Come on, let's get it. Turn the music up. Turn the music up. Hey, it's the men for the to be to be alive. Man, you gotta be it's a place. They will press on your freedom cost. Now the truth has been told. It's the love that we have in your hands. When it touches the point of the tree, got to stay on the point of the fan. You got to say, what they want us to be. Won't allow you to see. You with your boy. I'm trying to I'm trying to what we got to do, y'all? We got to take you. In his own foot, social media control our faith. Go what you want to play when the seed of the game we play. In the truth, we don't care no more. In the cook, for you to be a home. Everyone is like you do what you get. All you're on Facebook, tell them all you get. Post it, tell them all you get. God help you to the Lord, just get it from the head. Go to church, give your life to God. It's new, man, times off. Just say the part that in the kingdom of God, you would think that we're on the rise. In the church, it's just taking time to rock it like we never fall. But the commitment in this world, we live, I think God as He does. Do you know? The way everybody, give it to me. Everybody, hey, the Holy Ghost got me deep in the song. You can change my heat, my soul, God's spirit. You can top it up. God will be done here on earth and at home. It is written, everybody working, never ever touching one another. Getting paid, never getting blamed. Looking out for our sisters and brothers. Killing people, creating people, but our people that's in the good. Worldwide, it's a mission right. Looking up with the people that love us because faith without works today. Take heed to the words I say. Stand up, gotta hold your hand. Keep up from the move ahead. Faith without works today. Get a piece of them daily ways. Stand up, gotta hold your hand. Keep up. Yo, get forth. Somebody to say, Emmanuel, I will never go. So you know what? We have to take it. We have to take it. We have to take it. Are y'all ready for Empress tonight? Somebody say, oh yeah. Y'all get up again. Somebody say, please, don't everybody this. One more time. Everybody this. Here we go now. Everybody this. You know what? We came to take you out. Worldwide, baby.
Good evening, everyone. I thank you all for coming out. This means a lot. It really means a lot that you took out your time and your day to come. And the information that you're going to receive today is going to be very informative. If you came today with an open mind, you're going to get some good information. I'm glad that my brother took everybody higher. But now I need you to open your mind. While you're floating, open your mind. The panel tonight will give you great information on the 12 steps. Sorry. Our beautiful Empress record together has changed so many people's lives. So, with that being said, I want to welcome at this time, he's going to give us some words of wisdom, and that will be coming from John Fitzgerald Douglas.
Today, do I need it? Okay, I just want to keep this real. Uh, Basically today I want to talk about love.
It's on.
Love. Hello. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. You can do nothing, receive nothing without love. Uh, as anything that you do got to have love within it, right? Uh, in all my days of walking the face of earth, right? One thing I've always been baffled by, and this really irks me because a lot of us, we can attain a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, something that the next person doesn't have. But I guarantee you, it will not multiply for you. And all you're giving, right? This is how you multiply it back to yourself. Because it does you no good to keep it to yourself. Because all it will serve you as a beating drum that really don't have no sound to it. She taught me this, right? Because when you have a good woman by your side, one thing she does is to multiply. I mean, in abundance, you know. And too many of us that has entered this realm, we sort of guess the secret or we know the science, but we as human beings, whether male or female, we become sick men and fraud because we do it to take ourselves high. to make ourselves Lord over the less fortunate. And this is the key. You have to give it up. You have to give it away. And when you give it back, when you give it away, don't give it like with the taste of vinegar. An example, if the Empress and myself, right, we have just bore a child, right, and you visit our house, okay, and you visit our house, you pick that little child up, and that little child spit up on you, and you got a new suit on. You're not going to be mad at that little child. You shouldn't be. Because that child knows no better. And you can get a new suit. I say that because ignorance is no excuse for the law, for those to take advantage of those who do not know the law. You see where I'm going with this? You gotta give it up. That's the only way you will prosper. And you will prosper because you bring another to a height, then you go to a higher height. So in all you're doing, do it with love. I check.
I love you so much. Come on. Have to love them. We're gonna jump right in, okay? Yeah. I want you to look at the person next to you. All right? Turn around. Look at the person next to you. Say, man, open your mind. Man, open your mind. Because we're gonna be educated. All right. Knowledge is what? All right. Okay. This evening we're gonna talk about the 12 steps to sovereignty, all right? So with these 12 steps, each person on the panel is going to give you some great information on that step. Now, be mindful. Information that they're giving you is personal information of work that they have done on themselves. Inner self. Okay? Now, your concept or your view of this may be different than theirs, right? But we're here to have an open mind, gonna learn it today. All right. So our first step that we'll be talking about will be step one. Step one. We admitted that we were powerless over people, places, situations, and that our lives had become unmanageable. Behind each step, there's a spiritual principle. The spiritual principle behind step one is honesty. At this time, I give you Helena.
Greetings, everyone. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
You gotta speak loud.
Yeah.
You get the mic and speak out loud.
All right. With step one, being honest. I had to be honest with myself and stop living in insanity, doing the same things over and over, expecting different results. And I had to learn to love myself. And with that, I'm gonna share a poem that I wrote. It's called I Surrender. I surrender knowing that I can only change me, freeing myself from the curse that has passed down to me through birth, from generation to generation. I surrender myself knowing that I can only change me. Finally, going to my sacred place, my heart, turning on the lights for the first time in a long time, creating a balance of light and dark. You can't have one without the other. I surrender knowing that I can only change me and honest and truthful to myself. Really taking a deep look into the mirror and self-reflecting, keeping myself in check, cleaning up my space, cluttering my heart and mind. Finally, clearing up the connection to source and tuning into that 32 and that 528 connected to higher realms. Astral projecting through stargates, seeing the different dimensions of myself. I surrender knowing that I can only change me, going through a metamorphosis from a larva to a butterfly, being free as the wind, tuning into the frequency of love. I surrender knowing that I can only change me. And I yield.
In other words, Helena was trying to inform her. Step one is literally having you to understand that you're powerless, right? People, places, situation, powerless. But just because you're powerless over those situations don't mean that you're powerless over self. Self can always change. We may not be able to change some people and situations around us, but self should always be in the midst of change, right? Always remain teachable, open-minded, willing, change, right? Step two. Step two. We came to know that a power within us could restore us back to sanity. Spiritual principle behind this step is knowing. Knowing. I hope you're writing. Y'all writing? That's right. That's right. Take notes. I give you my sister, Goddess Star. Copper Alma. Our sister Goddess Star is going to be with us today.
Hello, everyone. Wholeness. As my sister Melissa says, step two is about knowing. So I wrote down some things to let you know about the knowing in step two. Taking these steps. Step one, you have to take another step to keep it moving. After step one, we must take step two. That second step up. As my sister Chief Ahmed has gracefully shared her poem explaining the first step, taking the first step to surrender, you come a long way just in that, one step alone. Surrendering is the biggest step in taking the 12 steps. This journey we walk in daily. Yes, daily. You have to surrender. Something will come up that you have to give up. Surrendering what we can or cannot be changed. Either way, we must do so. We must acknowledge what we must surrender to know that you surrendered it. The second step is knowing. Once we know what to surrender, we cannot continue to do the same thing, knowing that outcome. The steps we take each day becomes deja vu on repeat, knowing what is to come if you keep taking that same step. So after you come to know, let it go. Know what to surrender from within. It creates faith in changing what can be changed. Knowing that what you surrendered and changing is you. Because the issue is you. Ashe, we say.
Thank you, Tom. Step 3, we became willing to turn our will and our lives to a loving and caring God within us. The spiritual principle behind step 3 is surrender. And I give you Goddess thought.
Thank you. Greetings, everyone. Galactic Star Child here. Okay, so step 3 to me is about making the right decision with faith by allowing the Most High Creator on the outside to love the inner G-I-N-N-E-R, G, the God within or the higher self, so that I can see me, love me, and heal me. See, I had to go to a place of acknowledging the emotions and the pain and taking a second to understand and understand why this emotion is popping up at the moment. Once I have acknowledged it and I let it know, I can see you. I feel you. I hear you. And I thank you for the lesson that I received. But I no longer need the pain. And I send it with love energy to the universe for healing. And woman, does it feel good to release it? And since I have released pain, I used any residue that may have been left behind and turned it into motivation. I started climbing mountains and stuff. I climbed Stone Mountain, went all the way to the top because I believed in myself and I had enough faith in me that I can do it. And I did it. And I was proud of me. And when I got to the top, after I couldn't breathe for a little bit because it was tired. When I got to the top and until I got to the bottom, I was so proud of myself. And all because I had enough faith to make a decision to love me enough to release anything that no longer served me. But you have to make sure during this time of healing, you had to be around the right people. Feel me, butterflies? Yeah. And that's how I made it through and conquered step 3. So help my class of 24, and the future classes with a donation so we can have an amazing graduation, love and light family.
Now, 1, 2, and 3 are more like the foundation steps, right? But now we've got into the work, the foundation of what we need to do with self. When we get to 4, it's now time to put together inventory so that you can really, really buckle down and start doing some work. So 1, 2, and 3 is like the household maintenance, okay? After the household maintenance, now it's time to really start digging deep so that you can start making some changes within. And we're gonna move on to step 4. For step 4, yes. 4 and 5, we made a fearless and more inventory of ourselves. Step 5, we made amends to whomever, to ourselves and other persons, that exact nature of our wrong. So I have Brown Bear will be sharing on step 4 and step 5.
see your family. So,
Excuse me. It would be rude if I was on the other side here and me would be speaking while someone is up speaking. So I would just ask for courtesy. If you have to talk, can you guys take it outside so that those of us who want to hear, that we'll be able to hear without competing with everybody talking, just as a common courtesy to each other, okay? Okay. Yes, and phones on mute if you don't mind, so that we don't get interrupted, because we get ready to do something real powerful after they get done with these 2 steps, so that y'all can understand what's getting ready to happen after they get through and we come on and I come on. Y'all gonna understand why I put them first, because you got to do first things first. You got to get you straight. You got to get you straight here and here, and get the mentality that we've all had in our lives away from. We got to learn what are we going to do about clearing away the debris of the wreckage from the past, of what they've done, being a victim, continue to be a victim. These steps are the avenues that many have taken, that have sat here, never knew anything about it because they hid it from us. And so the remedy for our dilemma that he talked about earlier are in these steps. And these are the recipients of those steps and the benefits that they've got from sitting down and sharing their experience, strength, and hope with you all about what happened and what they're like now, and what happened when they took these steps. It's just an introduction, so that when we get ready to come up to do this other powerful thing that we get ready to do, y'all gonna be a part of history tonight.
Come on now.
Okay? Y'all gonna know what's getting ready to come after that. So if you just hold on and be patient, because there's a reason for everything. It may seem boring to you right now, but you just hold on for 1 minute. Okay? So just see. Just wait and see.
okay, so step 4, the spiritual principle of step 4 is courage. Yes, you will need courage because you are going to be looking at yourself. What I found in step 4 is really looking at my actions, my attitude, sexual conduct, everything. You got to take a look at yourself and be honest. That takes courage. Okay, and so I'm going to blend step 5 into that, because once you get that list and you're honest with self, you now have to sit with a sponsor and confess those things. Okay, so the spiritual principle of step 5 is integrity. Integrity is the ability or the quality of honesty and strong principles. It also means wholeness and undivided. So you're looking to bring yourself to that whole place in step 5. Confessing all the stuff that's on step 4 to your sponsor. And what it did for me is it freed me. I found home. I was walking around home, maybe stepping in and out, but the light wasn't on, as it was told to me. The light was on from the hallway. I'm in the room, but the lights I can kind of see. But once I got rid of those things, all those energies, my triggers had faces. I don't know if anybody else does, but the triggers that I was dealing with had put faces to them. So by the time I was able to then address them and then get rid of them, they had a ceremony, buried them, set them on fire, the whole 9 yards. But I had to get rid of them. I could feel my heart in a whole other energy. And I am been walking around thinking I'm peace, peace. People moving out of my way because of the energy that I was giving off. I had no idea, so I tried it. One day I walked into work with a whole different vibration. The whole thing was different than that, and then let it go. It gave me the opportunity to then and just some breathing and some peace. Okay, so step 4 and 5, bring the thunder. You're not doing 4 and 5, you just kind of you're going through the motions. But 4, courage. You got to bring that courage into step 5 because it's going to take courage to say all those things in front of somebody. Okay, that's where that courage leads into the integrity. And once you get to that place, it's life changing. It's changed my whole perception of who I am, who you are, and who everybody else is, because I'm different.
Right.
So I just give thanks for that. And how you?
Thank you. Step 6 and 7. I'll be speaking of 6 and 7. 6. We are ready for God within us to remove our character defects. Spiritual principle is willing. Step 7. We are ready to have the God within us to remove our shortcomings. So, after step 4 and 5, then we find out some things about, especially after you did your inventory. You start finding out some things about yourself about self that's not too cool. Right? I'm a little messed up. And I still do some stupid stuff. It's time to get rid of. Right? So now, before I start getting rid of this or trying to confront somebody about something that I've done, I've got to do some work, like writing some stuff down, talking with my sponsor, like, should I do this? Should I change this? I need to stop doing this. You know, there are characters about myself that I really don't like, and I need to start doing some work so that I can see some change. So I start writing this list, and I start talking to my sponsor, and the sponsor started telling me or seeing within me, you might want to change this, but not change that. You might want to pull back from this, but I wouldn't pull back from that. You know, because some characters about self are characters worth keeping. Some we need to like truly get rid of. So, and that being said, that's when, like Brown Bear was saying, it's important during that time to make sure you networking with your sponsor and you did a thorough 4th and 5th. Because if you didn't do a thorough 4th and 5th, you're probably gonna do a whole bunch of lying on 7 and 8. Okay? And if you do a whole bunch of lying on 7 and 8, you did a bunch of writing for nothing, for real. But this thing is about really, really digging deep inside yourself and starting to see the things about yourself, not other people. Let's get this not twisted. This step work is not about other people. It's about yourself. If you're not willing to take a deep look at yourself, you're writing for nothing. You might as well just go on and put the pen down. But then let me hold. I suggest when you're doing step work, use a pencil. Because when you start lying, you can erase that lie and go back and write the truth. That was one thing I told my sponsors, and I still tell my sponsors that. Don't bring me no step work that you done wrote in pen. Because 9 times out of 10, you done told a whole bunch of lies and you couldn't erase it. Okay? So it's important that before you even start working on these steps, writing on these steps, that you get in touch with the inner you, that peace within, so that your mind is open, your heart is open, and you're ready to start looking at self and making the changes that you need to make within yourself. Because I'm telling you, by the time you get to that 12th step, you a new you. You turn around and mess around, look in that mirror and be like, oh, girl, I like you. I really like you. And some of the people that are in your circle or in your life or in your bed, you start finding out, I don't like him. Been doing all this stuff to please him. Yeah, or her. I don't want to wash his underwear no more. No, I ain't picking his shoes up off the floor no more. No, it's not my job. I'm supposed to be doing that. You know, I'm supposed to be in here pampering myself, taking long baths, lighting candles. Right. I'm waiting on him to get here so he can rub my feet. No, Chad. Get the rubbing. Enjoy yourself. Love on yourself. I learned how to take myself on dates. Child, what? Pull up at the restaurant, all dressed up. Walk inside. Are you here for one or two? I'm here for two, one. Ain't nobody. Where the table at? Can I take it? Can I be there? Make reservations for one. Find out that you love yourself. Why am I over here buying all these pointed toe shoes for him? I want some pointed toe shoes too. He got more shoes in the closet than me. What am I doing here? Am I loving me? Or am I spending all my love on him or her? It starts here. It really does. And I'm telling you, you might think I'm being funny when I say it, but I've seen people work steps and wake up the next day and be like, I'm ready to go. Because I have found me. All this time, I forgot about me. I'll say. Moving right along, we're going into step 8 and 9. This will be living water. Living water is going to talk about, I'm sorry. What was 6 and 7? Okay, we did 6 and 7. Y'all need to know what it was? What it says? Okay. 6. We are ready for the God within us to remove our character defects. Spiritual principle behind that step is willingness. And I want you guys to look up the spiritual principle. Look up the definition of these words. Because somebody said it earlier. Those words can mean something totally different. So look them up. Especially those spiritual principles. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Spiritual principles may coincide.
No. Step 3 is no. Step 3 is
No, I think he might be asking about the spiritual principle. What was your question, sir? Just so I can confirm. Okay, I'm on my way back there. I'm gonna look at your paper. I'm gonna make sure your paper right. He learned that. I like him already. I like you. Come on, the teacher coming. I'm coming. Wait a minute. He put his hand up. I like this kind of class. Here we go. Step 3. Okay, step 3 is we became willing to turn our will and our hearts to a loving and caring God within us. And then your spiritual principle behind that was surrender. Okay. All right. Your paper right. He learned that. I like him already. I like you. Come on, the teacher coming. I'm coming. Wait a minute. He put his hand up. I like this kind of class. Here we go. Step 3. Okay, step 3 is we became willing. Now y'all know to turn our will and our hearts Empress River.
To a loving and caring God within us. And then your spiritual principle behind it was surrender.
Be stealing our notes and.
Now we want them to
All right.
say whatever they
Your paper
need.
right. He's learning. They're not like him already. I like you. Come on, the teacher comes. Come on, wait a minute. He put his hand up.
Okay, now,
I like this kind of class. Here we go.
we are ready to have
Go.
God within
Step
us.
3.
Remove
Okay, step 3 is
our shortcomings.
we
And
became willing. Now
spiritual
y'all
principle
know
behind
are
this
and our
step
will
is
and our
humility.
bodies.
Empress
See
River.
you to a loving and caring God within us. And then your spiritual principle behind it was surrender.
Be stealing our notes and. Now, we
Now
are
we
8
want
and
them to
9.
say
All
whatever
right.
they
Your
need.
paper right. He's learning. They're not like him already. I like you. Come on, the teacher comes. Come on, wait a minute. He put his hand up.
Okay, now,
I like this kind of class.
The spiritual
Here we go.
principle behind that step is to have
Go.
God within
Step
us.
3.
Remove.
Okay, step 3 is
9,
we
8 and 9 kind
we
of goes
became
together.
willing. Now y'all know
Behind
our
this
will
step
and our
9,
bodies.
made a direct
Empress
amend
River to
we
a
had
loving and caring
harm,
God within us.
except when
And then your
it
spiritual
was
principle behind
further
it was surrender.
envy them or others.
Now,
Now we want them to say whatever they
your
need.
paper right. He's learning. They're not like him already. I like you. Come on, the teacher comes. Come on, wait a minute. He put his hand up. Now, I like this kind of class.
Don't do that. The spiritual
Here we
principle
go.
behind that step is to have God
Step 3. Okay, step 3 is
9, 8 and 9 kind of
we
goes
became
together.
willing. Now y'all know our will and our
Made
bodies.
a direct amend
Empress
behind that
River
step
to
is
a
we had
loving and
harm,
caring God within us.
except when
And then your spiritual principle behind it was surrender. Stealing our notes. Now,
Now we want them to say whatever they
your
need.
paper right. He's learning. They're not like him already. Come on, the teacher comes. Come on, wait a minute. He put his hand up. Now,
this
I
is
like
your
this kind of
time.
class.
Don't do that. The spiritual
It was
principle
already
behind that step is to have God with
Step 3. Okay, step 3 is
9, 8 and 9 kind of
we
goes
became
together.
willing. Now y'all know our will and our bodies.
Made a direct amend
Empress
behind that
River
step
to
is we
a
had
loving and
harm,
caring God within us.
except when
And then your spiritual principle behind it was surrender. Stealing our notes. Now,
Now we want them to say whatever they
your
need.
paper right. He's learning. Come on, the teacher comes. Come on, wait a minute. He put his hand up. Now, I like this kind of class.
don't do
Somebody.
The spiritual principle behind that step is to have God with step 3. Okay, step 3 is 9, 8 and 9 kind of became willing. Now y'all know our will and our bodies. Made a direct amend behind that step is we had harm, except when And then your spiritual principle behind it was surrender. Stealing our notes. Now,
Now we want them to say whatever they
your
need.
paper right.
Somebody.
The spiritual principle behind that step is to have God with step 3. Okay, step 3 is 9, 8 and 9 kind of became willing. Now y'all know our will and our bodies. Made a direct amend behind that step is we had harm, except when and then your spiritual principle behind it was surrender. Somebody, the spiritual gift of God is step 3. Okay, step 3 is 9, 8 and
Some of
But no action except hate. You have no idea how many of my friends they passed out living out there. Yeah, literally. New York, Chicago, Atlanta, Rock Hill, Chester, York, Langston. Everywhere. Oh yeah. Why I be playing like hell? Yeah, I really think I'm just keeping it 100. Number 9, make real believe. Don't do it just to get recognition for yourself. But do it with a sincere heart, because the heart wants to because that's really the heart chakra is the love center and the seed of it all. So, as I put this mic down, when you this thing out, there's anybody in your life that you need to make amends with, you might not be able to talk to them. It's only your problem. And you make amends with yourself. And have them live. And one day you'll walk in. Don't do it. Or what? I was so mad at you and I hated you so bad. Do it or what? I love you. You know, y'all cry together. Drink water, you need them up in the water. And I eat.
All right, we're moving right on. Step 10. Ready? We continue to take a personal inventory of ourselves. And when we move on, we compliment living. Quick. Right? And you gotta be disciplined. Really good. Okay? In my life, I'm constantly going self-inventory. I make sure to check myself when I'm wrong and to apologize myself. I used to have a hard time apologizing. It was very hard. And I realized I was a character. And really, I had to work on myself. And with the 12-step program, that helped me get me where I'm at. And the spiritual principle for step 10 is discipline. And it took a long time, but I'm in a great place in my life. And discipline is where I check myself. I said I need to apologize. I used to have a hard time. It was very hard. And I realized I was a character. Anyone tell y'all that you had to write the wrong thing for you? That's what it is. Step 11, we thought through meditation to improve our conscious contact with God within us. As we understood God, meditating only for knowledge of God's will for us and the power to carry that out. And the principles behind that will. I think it's very important. So that's the principle. I want to start there. Be kind, never let it
go. It's clear now.
Thank you so much.
It's over there. Is it,
All right.
is the audio?
Last step,
Is
step
it,
12.
is it okay now?
Yes, fam.
Yeah,
Good. It's
much
been bad for the
better.
last 5,
Thank
10
you.
minutes. It's great now, though.
Okay.
Now stop.
It stopped?
All
Now
right,
you
step
clear.
12.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Having had a spiritual awakening, right? Make good sense now, right? After having a spiritual awakening, as a result of these steps, we continue to carry the message to others who are suffering and to practice these spiritual principles in all our affairs. And the spiritual principle behind step 12 is service. And I give you Jacqueline.
Love and light, everyone.
Love and light.
I am Galactic Star Metamorphic Healing Light, and I am the class of 2023. I am now in my step 12, fulfilling. And we all have done the same thing. That's why this is successful. And this is why Empress Rarebird has descended here.
Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to share with you that I am living proof. We are all living proofs that the steps work. Okay, we are here to break generational curses. Period. We're not apologizing. We're not asking anyone for anything anymore. We are here. The allottal title holder is here. They know who she is. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's done. It's a wrap. It's over, and it's our time. That is the reason why we are here. We are here not for any other reason, but for ourselves, for you all, and for our ancestors that didn't get to this point. Okay. The 12 steps, Empress, once you get to your 12 step, you will see the work that this being has done. Empress sponsored every single person from class of 2022. You will not understand, understand what that means until you do the steps. That's the best I can tell you. This is our example of service. She has never asked us to do anything that she did not do. We have watched it. She has not asked a dime for us. No. Everything that we have done has been donation-based, period. We have the books, we have the records, we have all of the monies that were donated. We have the records. We are not playing. Because we know that the sickness is real and that the corporation did a great job. And that's the reality of it. They did it on our mind. They did it on systematically. This was a divine plan, but the devil plans a plan, yet the Most Highest God is the best of plans. So here we are now. Make no mistake, this is an ordained meeting here. We all agreed to be here at this time to support each other and to come here for Empress Rarebird. So as far as the 12 step is concerned, it's about service.
Yes.
And plenty of times I have given and given and given to people, places, and things. And I got used, I got abused. I was in a major conscious community that I won't mention, but if I mentioned it, you would know. So I'm just saying that this is real. This is love. The 12 steps are real. You have nothing to be nervous about. You may feel a little jittery inside and nervous, but that's natural because you can feel the soul energy that this is real.
Yeah.
You know that a lot of you know that you need to come take these 12 steps as we're doing. You see, so don't look at us like we something special because we all have done these 12 steps, including Empress. Yeah. So this is what we're saying to you. It's a chance for you to have your opportunity for yourself to get rid of that baggage, to get rid of anything that has been going on in your life, mother, father, sister, brother, cat, dog, no matter what it is. That's what the 12th step is about. It's about being of service. So I'm just saying to you is that that's the reason why I wanted to speak on this step, because of the fact is that sometimes we look at service as a bad thing, helping somebody as a bad thing. You have no idea what it took for all of us to get here now. I have witnessed what this being here has gone through to get to this day from the time that I came to here. You are looking at me now, a transformed being, because of these 12 steps. These 12 steps work. You do your energy work, you will get the result. What you put in is what you get out. But the reason why these 12 steps work is because of step 1.
Right.
Step 1 is the one that you can't change, that you became powerless in knowing that you changed people, places, and things. You see, so we have a governing order here. When you come into the classes, it is ordered. You will be mandated to keep order, because that's what this is about. It's nothing spooky. It's just a matter of you governing yourself. That's all it is. So the only thing we're saying to you is that give yourself the chance. Give yourself the opportunity. Give your ancestors the opportunity. Give your heart the opportunity to release all of that mess off of you. I can't begin to tell you what step 5 did for me. To release all of that. See, but the thing about it is that step 5, I went in. I didn't even know I was going to have to read all of that stuff to my sponsor. But you know what? I sat before her and she was like, go ahead. I was like, go ahead, what? She was like, get to read. And I was like, huh? I was shocked. I had to read all of that dirt, that trifling, low down, dirty, mean, evil, jealous, backstabbing, whatever else I did, I had to write it down and I had to speak it. And then we took care of it and we got rid of it.
That's right.
So I just wanted to say to you is that step 1 keeps love in our hearts. It keeps us all together. We have bonded. So this is like my real soul family. I didn't really think that this amount of love existed.
Come on.
I didn't think that my new soul tribe family existed. I didn't think Empress existed. I didn't think Kim existed. This is my real family. If they need anything, I'm doing it. If they need anything, if I need anything, if they need anything, I'm doing it. So I'm just saying to you is because we have bonded for these 12 steps, and the 12 steps bonds you because you go through the fire together.
Yeah.
And that's what the thing is. This is what they didn't want us to know. This is the reason why they have no choice now but to yield to Empress Redbird, because they know it's our time. And that's all to it. So the 12 steps really do work. I just wanted to share that again. And it's about service. You'll have the opportunity to give back. And I feel so great now in my 12th step because I'm actually seeing me giving back, helping another soul to make it where I made it. Because of the fact of what I walked through, being transparent, being honest, all of the steps here that everyone explained is a conglomeration of it all. So I just want to share with you is that it's simple, it's not hard, you just have to commit your time. Because you will have to give your time to yourself. And if you don't give your time to yourself, then you will not be here, period. If you're coming here for any other reason than to take care of yourself, you will not be here. If you have any ulterior motives other than your 12 steps, you will not be here. And I'm just saying to you because I have seen it with my own eyes. You will purify your heart while you are here. There is not a choice in that. It is not a choice because once you go through these 12 steps, you will be definitely and forever transformed. If you try to go back, you will know you're going to get your ass kicked. I guarantee you. Because you have been given the tools from step 1 to 12 to take care of anything in your life from now on. Be it using a pen, Like Living Water said, going in your closet. Whatever you have to do, you will have the tools to heal your life and to help someone else. And I guarantee you, I have people stopping me in the street now. Every time I go out, oh, sister, you look so nice. Oh, this, that, and the other. But see, it's not about my clothes because I ain't dressed up anymore. You see? I still have other things that I need to work on, and you will too. But I'm just saying to you is that this is your opportunity to continue to be a work in progress for yourself, for breaking the generational curses, and for also helping your ancestors. You see, because what they did was they thought they were slick when they burned us out, when they did all those things they did to Black Wall Street. But you know what? We getting ready to do it better than they ever thought. And that's where it's at now. So I just want to really encourage you all because this is real. Everyone that has spoke here is real. The love is real. We're not faking it. In the house, it's about love and coming together and making everything happen, and also making Empress's like her load lighter so that she can handle the real business of the immortal title as Empress Reverend of the Shalagi Cherokee Nation. And I need
Thank you, Jasmine. So that is just a tip of our 12-step program. And just to let you guys know, Empress Reverend put this program together. I remember the day when she called me. She's like, listen, what do you think about that? I said, you know what? That's a good idea. A good idea. And the idea is so powerful that these 12 steps, as we have said, is work that you will do on yourself. And there's a purpose of doing this work on yourself. And that's what Empress Reverend is trying to share with us. That's going to take place later on when she gets the money. Because if the work is not done, you can't roll with us. We don't have time for people that still bicker. We don't have time for people that's selfish. We don't have time for people that's only looking out for themselves. We're a group that can travel anywhere at any time and don't have no problems when we together. I'm talking about everybody in one house. Have you showered yet? Go shower. Have you had breakfast? Who cooked? Yeah. That's how we roll. We can all get in one van and hit the road. No problem.
Yeah.
You got gas money? Yeah, I got gas money. You ain't got no money? Nah. Come on, you're going anyway. Who cooking breakfast? Oh, Kim. Kim cooking breakfast. Kim cook. Good grits. Yeah, good grits. We gotta put Kim on the bus. Yeah. But I mean, a change happens in your life. I'm not talking about anybody else's life. Your life. You will see a change. You're gonna start liking. You're gonna find out your favorite color. What's your favorite color? You're gonna find out your favorite color ain't purple. You're gonna find out it was purple because they said that when they used to put you in them purple dresses when you were little, take you to the place over there. Yeah, that's what that is. That part. But anyway, moving right along. We're gonna get pumped up again. My brother gonna take us out with a good old, don't give us no Baptist, you know. Just come and take us out with something good on this mic, okay? All right, bro. Here we go. And after that, this mic will be turned over to the power to be. All right? Okay.
This is about love. Right here. Come on. You know you have to keep me straight. You know one of the old ones. Well, he trying to make sure I sound right. This is about love, and this is for you, Mama. This is for Dr. G, because the love that I've watched all of us receive, coming from you, taking your seat, coming back to the earth. Turn it up. Can I get off everybody stand for this? Yeah. No. Love. There's so many things I've got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. 'Cause there's a possibility that you'll look at me differently, love. Ever since the first moment I spoke your name, from then on I knew that by you being in my life, things were destined to change. 'Cause love, so many people use your name in vain. Love, those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love, through all the ups and downs, the joy and hurt. Love, for better or worse, I still will choose you first. Oh, oh. Many days I've longed for you, wanting you, hoping for the chance to get to know you, longing for your kiss, for your touch, your feel, your presence, your essence. Yes, yes. Many nights I've cried from the things you do. Felt like I could die from the thought of losing you. I know that you're real, with no doubts and no fears and no questions, 'cause it's love. So many people use your name in vain. Love, those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love, through all the ups and downs, the joys and burdens. Love,
Guys are here to check out the food table.
better words.
Okay. You go grab. I was here.
Choose you first. At first you didn't mean that much to me, no. But now I know you're all I need. Oh,
If I think
the world looks so brand new to me. Now that I found love, every day I live for you, yeah. And everything I do it for you.
No.
What I say, it is real, and I know it's true. You got to know it's true. Love.
No worries. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Put the balls out so we could, you guys can see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the tip is broken. Yeah, that's when it came through. Yeah. Put it in the bag.
Dr. G, I love you. I love your platform and all the things you do. Oh, Mama Redbird, I love you. You and the butterfly, all the things y'all do. My brother and sister over there, looking so clean and so sweet and so beautiful. Ain't nothing but love. And to everybody in the crowd tonight, put your hands up in the air. I want everybody to say love. To say love. It's all about. I said it's all about. I'm gonna tell y'all sing it again. Somebody tell them that you. Look at your neighbor, tell them that you. It's all about. It's all
It's so warm. It's so warm. It's all warm. About love. Oh, somebody say love. Thank you.
Holds is always good. I just grab it here so it's easy. Yeah, I help you take it out. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Empress.
Luther Vandross. So amazing. Mama says she want to wait till the end.
Okay, you don't got, what do you want?
Should I go ahead and introduce her? Ladies and gentlemen, what y'all been waiting for? Her Excellency, the highest of the Royal Highness.
Yeah.
She is our Empress.
Yeah.
Your Empress.
Yeah.
Chakra.
Yeah.
Everybody stand up.
Oh, watch that back door. That's closed. Yeah, no problem. Let me open it for you. Let me open it for you. Come, open it for you. Here.
Y'all know I was talking about having babies. I was struggling. I was trying to pay, you know, and women go through to have babies.
So I'm gonna close the
One
door
of the
down.
funniest moments in my life with a man. Baby, right, he started out, what you got to face? I feel it. But y'all will never know. Where are y'all? But at least you holler like you know. That's what kind of Empress I am, y'all. I'm not. Look, I'm a country girl. I'm down to earth, and came down to earth. So I'm down to earth, okay? And that you don't have to. I'm not gonna put on no airs because I know what it took for all of us to get here. We've all suffered, and we've all turned our will and our lives over to somebody else's God until you find out who God really is, okay? And once you find out, it's another day. And they said I need to stick to the script. So, what I'm supposed to be doing? But before I do, I gotta take a walk somewhere. The walker used to be Walk of Shame, but the Walk of Fame. I waited for a long.
Y'all get it up.
You know, the Moore house was the first house I stopped by, and I hosted probably my first 30 days when I started waking up. And, you know, we go by houses, but I came by the Moors and the Moors came to my house. I hosted, you know, my house was the midpoint between the north and the south. So all these folks came from everywhere. And I was like, and they wouldn't leave because I had cooked all this food. I don't know if you remember, when you was in Virginia, I think. But I cooked all this food. It's been probably about 10 years ago. I cooked all this food. And probably so. And I was the one that hosted. I was the new kid on the block. Well, no new child on the block. Because kid mean go. Don't stop calling your children kid. Okay? Call them children. But I watched you on TV, on YouTube. Like I was just discovering YouTube. But I used to watch you all the time.
Yes.
And I learned a lot. And I appreciate you.
High time that the mothers step up. That's what this presents to us, not represents. That's what this presents to us. For you must honor the mother to have an inheritance. Keep that in mind. So the matriarchy is in nature. It's not a political opinion. It can be adopted as a political position, but it is a nature position. Welcome home, all of us.
Yeah, that means I get endorsement from God. That means I'm doing something right. Okay? Well, we just like to address that tonight. We make history tonight. We get ready to demonstrate that to everybody right now. Okay? Y'all get tired your head. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to introduce you. Now, everybody been waiting for the treaty to be read tonight, right? And I want to say something about the lady that's going to be reading the treaty tonight. And after she read the treaty, it's going to be an unveiling about our government coming back from Senator. Senator means we been out with no return date, but we getting ready to have one shortly. Okay, let me pull it up so that those who are on YouTube and Zoom can follow along. TikTok, look, I can't. I need a PR person. I need a video person. Look, I'm wearing a lot of hats. And I know I can do it, but I would prefer to divvy out some stuff to some folks so they can free me up to sit down and relax a while. Mama tired. I'm not tired of y'all. There's sometimes the body just wanna have a moment. Let me pull this treaty up. Now this treaty, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This treaty is nothing that you've ever seen before or heard. But it's gonna resonate with your spirit. Because everything that we've tried and done over the years of our amnesia, coming out of amnesia, didn't work. The treaties, nobody, they didn't keep them. And so we're not gonna do this old stuff no more. We getting ready to do a new thing. Come on. That's still old, but we're gonna do the new thing in the old thing in a new way. Okay, and it's gonna be just a new day now. And you can't keep doing the same thing. Then said in step 2. Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expect a different result. and then you gonna still do it anyway. So we gonna knock the house down. We already done knocked it down, y'all. Okay, it's already gone. All right, you go back on the block, it's gone. We got new construction going on, and so so the new construction is the tree. And then because I am the Empress and I hold the allodial title, but I don't need to hold the allodial title and everybody in the kingdom is sick.
Come on now.
Sleep. Don't know who you are. And all that in between stuff, right? So in order for this thing to work, right, the matriarchs gotta wake up. And I'm here to do the work. And so are the other matriarchs that are here in other places too. So we on a campaign. So we getting ready to I'm getting ready to introduce you to Lady Dancing Son. And Lady Dancing Son and myself been on this journey. You know, this road is a lonely road. And you just don't want just anybody rolling with you in the car. Okay? And you know, you got front seat folks and you got back. And sometime along the way, you have to pick up some folks that may not be really going your way, but you just being nice and give them a ride, but you don't tell them to shut up. Don't say, we're going to give you a ride as far as we're going to give you. And then sometimes you'll have to put them out before you get to where they supposed to be let out at because they won't shut up. You can't put them in the front seat with you and close your eyes and tell them to drive, because what's going to happen is you're going to wake up and they're going to have you off your beaten path. But Lady Dancing Son is my front seat, ride and die, along with the butterflies. But when the butterflies, you know, we all together as one, but everybody got a function. And everybody stay in their lane. I stay in my lane. You see me looking back. Am I out of order? You know what I'm saying? I ask those questions because still everybody is accountable to each other. But Lady Dancing Son came in my life when I was trying to figure out how to help our people. Because I got tired of the drama and people hurting me and fighting me and all that. You know, I had to grow from all that. Now you say something about me. I'm like, I just step right over and keep going. I don't cry no more because I done got tough. But she's toughing me up. And she's rolled with me. And she's been a delight. So she one of them kind I can put in the front seat and say, you know, I'm tired. Can you drive for me for a little while? Let me get a little rest. And she'll understand the mission. And she won't veer because she understands the mission. Understand it and understand it. You got 3 standings. Okay? All right. So Lady Dancing Son, I'ma love on you. And I appreciate you. And y'all, she was shocked. I told her that she gonna read the treaties tonight. And I told her a couple of days ago. And me and her worked on it and we perfected it together because I know I can't do some things alone, but with her I can. And normally, yeah, Her Majesty would read the treaty, but I'm not that damn vain. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I want her to shine because she deserves it.
Yeah.
And if they keep you down so they can stay up and be all in the spotlight, then get rid of them. Push them out the car. Push them on, yeah, just go down the road and kick them on out the car. But come here, Lady Dancing Son. Is she good and faithful? She good and faithful, y'all. So we're gonna read the Galactic Treaty, and I want y'all. I said the Galactic Treaty. I ain't say no man. This comes from a higher realm. So it ain't nothing you ever gonna experience, but y'all gonna experience something tonight. You're gonna really realize about the spiritual. And she got the voice, as can be kind of rough sometimes, but she got the nice angel voice and the right attitude, the right love, the right understanding. I thank you for being my friend and my sister. And I thank you for helping me perfect me as Empress. You know, everybody has, and royalty has somebody beside them to help prep them. This got right here. Yes, just like you. But what you doing at 3 o'clock in the morning? Working on some stuff for Legacy Committee. This is the face that's behind Legacy Committee. So y'all, when I be sending y'all over there, y'all in good hands. There she is. Lady Jackson. All right. Now, I want y'all to sit down and relax. And I want y'all to hear this tree. And let it in, okay? It's important. All right, now, I want you to say what? You need a stool? You all right?
I will be.
Okay, so I'm gonna share the screen. And I want you to stand in front of the screen so they can see your beautiful face. All right.
Should I scroll it?
I got it right here. You just relax.
Is it okay if I sit this on
You-
top of the keyboard?
You can do whatever you want to do.
Let me get it something.
Is it right there?
This is good. This is good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm good.
All right.
It's not.
Okay, that's okay.
It's gonna slide down.
No, he get ready to bring you some.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Let me pull it
That's
back
like-
up.
This is
Absolutely.
perfection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You good?
I'm good. I'm just bringing back up the treaty so that they can see it.
While you do that, I'm humbled. I'm humbled and I'm honored. To be before and with all of your divinity.
Yeah.
That's who you are. Divine, sacred beings. Being divine right here, right now. You
Right.
gotta wait. You are divine right now, just as you are. And I'm honored to be circulating, sharing breath and life and love with you. And the reading of the treaty, it's not a reading. I realized as I was preparing for it that it's a speaking of who I am, who we are, in alignment and as one with one another. Because there is one body,
Yes.
and one spirit.
Yes.
And we are all emanations of that one divine sacred being, both masculine and feminine energies, all at the same time. And so as you are here in the presence of breath and life and divinity, because you are here as divine, hear with your divine ears, feel with your divine heart and soul, resonate with me, divinity, resonate with me, truth right now, because treaty is truth. What you will hear is truth of who we are and how we are, when we are, what we are, and why we are, right now. So I begin by From the desk of Her Majesty, Empress H.R.I.M, the Imperial Royal Court. Omniversal Concordat, as for the Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State. Concordat is treaty. Hear me with your divine ears and receive the words that even though you may not speak them, you know them because you are them. Yes. Omniversal Concordat, as for the Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State. Nahuatl, the language of love. That's the language we're speaking, the language of love. And so I speak, as it is written, from the desk of Her Majesty, Empress H.R.I.M. Concorded by the Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State and Declaration and Treaty for Dispensation. For the Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State in the name for permanent zero. The Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State in and for the acceleration for our spirit. Axkan, Dekan, Tipuan, Topan, Talat Hayot. Today here, together as one, for us, we govern. Preamble. The multiversal maxim for sovereign law and remedy as it relates to the sacred autochthonous sentient beings with light is our primary purpose. Present charter and declaration and treaty convention between Imperial Royal Courts for their regal retinue wherever they sojourn, the sovereign empress, chiefs, creators, clan mothers, queens, and their prerogative. The sacred imperial royal territories for each standing national sovereign, and the consummation, redemption, and forgiveness for the crimes of the humanly crowns and their holy see. The Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State pledges this treaty in peace and accords through spiritual convention with heavenly estates. For the unison, sovereign states, Agartha. Declaration. The Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State is above and beyond national sovereignty. We, the divine immortal spirit, and by our solemn power for spiritual charge, hereby pledge our starseed lineage for all things past, present, and future. We invoke the highest sacred manner while giving authenticity and acknowledgement through the following supreme liberties and titles for claim. Omniversal Concordat as charter and declaration for the Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State. A. We wholly claim and reclaim our manifest physical body, which for eons has been presumed dead. And through this fact, we hereby give rise to new life, breathing in consciousness. We, as the divine immortal spirit, in unison, reclaim our original heritage for this planetary realm and manifest our royal star seeds. We also claim and reclaim
the highest liberties and title as holders and stewards over virtual and material structures at quantic and macrocosmic levels, included but not limited to particles, streams, and all organic and inorganic matter, which has been specified according to consistent data captured via intergalactic communications with higher life forms that have seeded this planetary realm since its inception. We claim and reclaim our willpower and fortitude as overseers for all things and all lands originally granted to us by the Creator. We have returned with immense force and dignity. We state our existence, everlasting and ever pervasive, against all humanly destructive laws.
Come on.
D. We have risen through our Sun and Holy Galactic Center to claim and reclaim what is rightfully ours, the Creator's and yours, so as to establish the heavens and beyond on this planet Gaia. We live and will continue to return until all evil is banished and all is one on this planet. We will instill divine consciousness in this realm with the assistance from Metatron, the heavenly co-creators, and biological engineers, with help from the archangelic, angelic, and demonly orders. All revisions of life within the divine will continue, and we will prevail. Okay. E, as true stewards for the divine and guardians to celestial estates, we honor and sacred agreement with honor and sacred agreement by variation. We jointly come together with the authorities at Shambhala through the following manifested energies. I, all structures and manifests for air, land, and water mass with which hosted our live women and live men, including but not limited to the contiguous coasts, which by safe harbor and sinking funds, we have claimed and reclaimed through true liens, negative attachments for past restitutions in consideration for true value and worth. We hereby state acceptance for these lands through proper proto-notarial process and negate any previous humanly granted benefits or privileges. We claim and reclaim the right to all land masses above and below sea level, whether in the past or upcoming from the future, that contain a direct connection to our sacred royal starseed, including all hollow tunnel systems, whether acknowledged or not by the current world systems for survey and register, all caverns, sinkholes, and other access points that are remnants for our original ancestry as they traverse this world via subterranean and hollow earthly realms and cities, as well as all unclaimed and negated subterranean cities and dwellings, which is evidence for our heritage. The property for all spirits with souls previously decreed lost at sea via Sedeque Trust 1666 by fictitious, clandestine, religious,
usurping serpentine cabals and cannibals for exobiological and intraplanetary origins are now claimed and reclaimed. Now, the details will be specified within our positive law, natural law, and its intergalactic law with posterior concordance and holy writs. Addendums. 4. It also includes exobiological life forms and their ancient civilizations and archaeological remnants and vestiges that have left a mark on this planet, as it is in a constant, dynamic, and unfolding process as the Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State. 5. We do rebut the following. All invasions for our sacred lands and historical archaeological structures. We do rebut the following. B, we negate the existence for destructive forces reflected as unfit human usurpation done through the pretext for previous claims by humanly crowns and fictitiously created religious doctrines for conquest. C, we wholly reject the human accords on static mediums for communications, reflected as fictitious and finite bodies for constitutions that have falsely imprisoned our carnal vessels as servants to the dark forces and serpentine cabals. This declaration is for intrinsic nature. The nature for this declaration is organic, live and breathing. Exobiological life forms expressed in trust as H.R.I.M. The charter and law form is located in equity. Purpose statement. The purpose for this Starseed Compact is to release human energy that has been preempted by obscure codifications derived from earlier civilizations that have been secretly captured on paper by usurping cabals and other entities. We are here to break all bonds that have been hidden from the true shareholders, stakeholders for the planet Earth known as God. The planetary, solar, and galactic hierarchies are the ageless logos from timeless guardians from various life forms throughout and within this planet Gaia. Charter and declaration for the Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State. The virtue for the original omniversal concordant expressed as a charter and declaration for the Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State. The original starseed has dignity and is hosted by the portal city for Shambhala. As we hereby decree the permanent zero projection for sacred spiritual self-governance, it enjoins the accords that establish the settlements for recognized intergalactic nationals. This concordant expressed as a charter and declaration for spiritual statehood hereby establishes a new template and format for succeeding micro-spiritual groups through sacred conventions and peaceful treaties, which is the established law for nations, in alignment with natural, common law, international law, etc. We, the intergalactic nationals,
Come on.
are manifest in the flesh to express and enforce the treaty The intergalactic and nationals are acknowledged within two groups, quanta states and nanostates. Our chartered principles. 1. The holy sovereign Nahuatl state is willfully manifested by treaty with accurate variation agreements created through the supreme creator for all beings, the permanent zero. It is also known as cytobaric quantinomium, CBQN, for peace, and holds its account science for consistent reason. The CBQN's Convergence Center is dedicated to right action, which predicates the duty as charged that all walks for life owe to one another. They're just guardians for the self-evident principles. Each are equally endowed as unalienable and inalienable liberties and entitlements. 2. Our charter and declaration is an actual extension for the organic substance that confirms our sovereignty as live women and men life energy. Our commonality is that both this charter and declaration establish the fundamental intergalactic laws and law of nations for the land, sea, air, and ethers.
Yes.
3. An enactment to entrust a government for the holy sovereign Nahuatl state that gives it the power to organize co-ops whose purpose is to run the day-to-day affairs for the holy sovereign Nahuatl state, a spiritual seat for governance. The proper name for these co-ops is the Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State. 4. We have expressed this charter and declaration as a treaty for these co-ops. Within the said Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State, our Continental Congressional Assembly has the power to create, dissolve, modify, repeal, amend, and aggregate all corporations and its entities and agents by divine law for etherical, spiritual, agricultural, charitable, enlightenment, industrial, or commercial purposes, and to define their powers and liabilities. This is provided that the powers for co-ops so created shall be limited to the Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State. 5. Our charter and declaration expressed as a treaty should not be construed as a constitution. A charter is a grant made by her, the sovereign, for the people, promising them safety and security to enjoy fundamental liberties for freedom, self-expression, creative living, and intrinsic dignity. Our charter should not be confused with a national constitution. A constitution has many hidden meanings, such as, but not limited to, he or they which pass their debts to another third party.
Yeah.
It is also the surety for the payment for debt to a hidden creditor. Additionally, it represents the indebtedness for a society and outlines its methods as to how they will pay that debt. For this reason, it is our will not to invoke any constitutions. Moving forward. The sovereign structure. The coordinating organization, the sovereign body, is organized into various main branches for functioning. It is organic and arises as the fifth dimension.
Come on.
Intersecting bodies for operation. Negotiating console. The 7 seats for the negotiating console are elected through the High Council for the Imperial Royal Courts at Shambhala. Our Intergalactic Congress and delegates for the executive and legislative and judicial branch will choose local council from its surface to fill these positions, which are rotated by mutual accords for their accepted nationals. A. The Imperial Royal Courts for the Intergalactic Affairs. This is the external affairs sector for our sovereign powers and holds the operations and functionaries for external, foreign delegates, consuls, and enlightenment ambassadors in fact. 1. Secretariat for State Interface. This equals the internal state affairs and serves as a bridge for its galactic nationals and the external foreign nationals from all dimensions. A. The electoral operators. The prolectory process replaces the electory and or electoral college with electoral operators and the Imperial Royal Courts for Interdimensional Affairs, which includes, but not limited to, Chancery, Criminal, Military Tribunal, Corrections and Errors, and Arbitration operating under the Holy Sovereign Nahuatl State. All operators are to be filled by the prolectory process for elections. 2. Secretariat for Equilibrium. This subsection contains the operations for arbitration and remedy. A. Proleg, spiritual reconciliation. Principal operators are for the Auditor Supreme Council. 3. Intergalactic Royal Imperial Courts for the Sacred Curia. It is the de jure judiciary stabilizer. Its primary operator is the chief arbitrator. 4. Manifested Arts and Beauty. A. Operator, the Preceptorate for Arts and Beauty. This temple serves as the expression for divine arts and beauty as the repository. Its origins from divine organization comes from the permanent zero. B. Operator, the Triseminate for projected arts. This space is the projectorate for physical beatitude. 5. Exotransport and interstellar travel. These are the ports for aeronautical and multidimensional entry and exit, which includes a passport and immigration sector. The element for air is predominant. Its subsectors include an aerial time remedy and the aerial post operator. A. Its operations include, but not limited to, travel, record keeping, and emissions for passports. 6. Director at will. This operator is the receiver to the temple for the stellar seed co-mandate at the 5th dimension. Its power is derived from direct communication with starseed lineages that are expressed through natural powers for metatronic influence in movement. A. Its primary operator is that for chief administrator. 7. Assemble writs for power. This operator contains the holy power for the art for capture as a writ through direct broadcast from the director at will. Its function is to make plausible scripts and manageable tasks for dissemination into a spiritual force through the spoken word unto a manifested writ, while maintaining the exuberance for life through the highest, most sacred style. A. Its principal operator is the proto-scrivener, de jure notarial. 8. Portal for manifesting. This is the human Bianc, bank, and the executive operator for coining and mint. It derives its powers through the executive operator for energy and exchange. The purpose for this office is to carry out the tangible medium for interchange, either by its intrinsic value through life's infinite cycle, or electronically by modern means for agriculture, science, and magic. A, its primary operator is for the inspector console under surety and finance. 9, operator for security. The Supranational Standards Organization, SNSO, is responsible for natural and common law enforcement, life, and national protection. It is the will for the stellar seed and co-mandate with mutual accords to be drafted, which serve to protect and guard the intergalactic nationals for the state and cross multinational borders, respecting planetary conventions. It derives its powers through the function with science and technology via external stellar and exogalactic integration. 10, registrar operator. This operator is charged with the sacred title for recording life events and actions that invoke peace and growth, the lodgements for sacred writs, and recordings for a positive nature that pertains to acquisition for a writ over any and all land, Pangea, Gaia, and its elements. A, the main functionary duty is recording all titles and claims. 11, collage for omniversal formation. A, starseed omniversity is the main location for higher enlightenment. It contains 3 operators for triseminent functions. 1, the Dean for Intergalactic National Internal Affairs. 2, the Chancellor for Formation. And 3, the Provost Overseer. 12, Executor for Energy and Exchange. The purpose for this section is to implement the technologies and research for recycling human energy in a conscious and a responsible spiritual manner for the free return and interchange back to its source, which can be deposited into the human beyond, the bank, and distributed in favor for all. 13. Gotcha. 13, operator for science and technology research and development. This inner society is charged with the development and dissemination for future and ancient technologies and bringing them forward for the benefit and usage for all. A, always for all. Always for all. Externalization for stellar and exogalactic integration. 14, operator for Starseed Super Health. Operator for Super Health Initiatives is charged with creating the most advanced forms for healing and management for the human goals and maxims for all. It carries the function for healing and research for achieving advanced health states for consciousness and being. Ashe. The purpose for the 4 elements. Description. Each for the 4 elements, fire, earth, air, and water, serve as a directory, repository for spiritual essence that deposits to each operator a flavor through spiritual substance and a natural uniqueness that complements every operator. Furthermore, every element contains a point for entry, port, and a point for exit, port. 1, water. The element for water is concerned with commerce and communications through adopted standards. These operators are concerned with the capture and disbursement for commercial energy through right interchange and coding. Its entry point is controlled by air and travel through the movement for notes and letters for full faith and credit. 2, earth. The element for earth defines structure and substance in relation to what the previous world has relegated as property, land, and vessels. It also contains the essence for popular notification through correct registration techniques. It serves as a receiving and repositing for records through justified authentication for its royal mandates. Within it holds the great recorder and registrar for allodial titles, land patents, writs, and live title records. Earth has an exit point, or rather a point for confluence with the next element, which is air, or airports. The element for air has the duty for overseeing the actions and standards with regard to the interchange for energy through subtle means such as the call for aerial travel and ports for entry, exit, at all accorded bays, whether planetary or stellar. Security and safety can be seen before boarding planes and navigating vessels at venues for all travel types. 4, fire. The element for fire is reflected as safety and security. Its entry point is reflected as arms to safety and security through its armada for protection via ground troops for guardians. Wow. Okay. We have heard, we have remembered, and we are resonating multidimensional right now. Our purpose for being, this is divine.
Yes.
And we are co-creating the manifestation of this treaty now. Let that sink in. The last 14 operations and operators that you have heard mentioned will be summarized now. Operator holder. Negotiating console for 7 seats, we heard. The Imperial Royal Courts for the Intergalactic Affairs, we heard. Secretariat for State Interface, we heard. Secretariat for Equilibrium, we heard. Intergalactic Imperial Royal Courts for the Sacred Curia, we heard. Manifested Arts and Beauty, we heard. Exo Transport and Interstellar Travel, we heard. Director at Will, we heard. Assemble writs for power, we heard. Portal for manifesting, we heard. Safety operator for security, we heard. Registrar operator, we heard. Collage for omniversal formation, we heard. Executor for energy and exchange, we heard. Operator for science and technology research and development, we heard. Operator for Starseed Super Health, we heard. Ashe. That concludes the reading. Ashe, it is so ordered. So
It is done.
is it ordered.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Ashe. The autographs and titles. You see a page, please, and thank you.
Ashe.
This page today, this page, this page. This page today, autographs and titles, is for our clan mothers. We have spoken, it's so ordered. We have spoken, it's been requested, so ordered, and it will be so. Today, after our Empress, who will conclude us with the Imperial Royal Declaration, Ashe. After which there will be a signing by the clan mothers who the treaty resonates with, who you can see yourself executing the treaty through and as your being, you, the clan mothers. This is going to be your opportunity to autograph with your title and today's date.
I'll be the first to sign.
Ashe, and I'll be the second.
Y'all will be my witness and our witness. And we bought plenty sheets.
Ashe. And I'm going to bring up our beautiful, wow, with all the titles, Her Royal Highness, Her Imperial Royal Majesty, who is down to earth, as you guys all witnessed. I'm going to bring her up now to declare, to make the Imperial Royal Declaration. Ashe. Ashe. Receive. Please stand and receive. Thank you. Hope I did it justice.
You did it. Justice for all.
Justice for all.
This is the work. It's what Todd said. We got to get back where we're supposed to be, right?
Right.
Okay, that's my work. The foundation, the allodial title holder for Turtle Island.
All right.
Oh, you check me out my first public registry in London. I picked everything up in Egypt. The first 3 million acres were given in July 2019. I held on, looking around. And I'll be honest, I didn't know what to do with the trust. All I know is I had the bloodline, and they've been waiting on me until I became conscious to let me know what my assignment is. And they couldn't tell me. I had to prove it by walking through and didn't know where I was walking, but I kept walking. And if it had not been for my friend, indeed, y'all don't have some heavy, good men to help me. I'm not a man hater. I just don't understand them now. But I want to thank Bear, Black Bear.
My big brother.
There he is. He back there in the back. He likes to kind of be incognito. He gets mad at me when I don't care. I got to give justice due. If it had not been for him and me willing to hear the call, because it sure sounds far-fetched for me. But my willingness to allow him to walk me right to this throne. And right where I am today, he's still with me.
All day.
So I want to thank you for putting up with me and me putting up with you. Because that's love.
Yes, it is.
Completely. The first order of business that he told me, y'all have a seat. The first order of business that he told me was I had to put down that sword. I said, me put down the sword because, you know, I'm not a man. I feel like I'm lady enough and dressed lady enough. But it wasn't in my dress that he said that. He said it in my attitude of being all masculine. You know, mama gotta be soft. When everybody else in the world is being just cutthroat, cussing folks out, and doing all the worldly things that we do in the humanly body, that he told me I had to put the sword down and I had to pick up my sweetness. And I had to stop messing with the vinegar and the salt and pick up the honey. Kind words. Kind response when you want to cuss somebody out. Like you deserve me to do this. And I had to rethink myself in the 12 steps. I'll tell you, if I had not been already in the 12 steps for 20-some years when this calling was that manifested in my life, I don't think I'd be standing here. So I didn't come to 12 steps of sovereignty. I came 12 steps to get clean. And a lot of you don't know, but I'm not ashamed of my past. Because see, that's what it's going to take for this and our people to get our women, particularly. I'm here for the women. I'm going to tell y'all that. Because when the women get right, the men get straight. Right. And if you ain't got no man and you want one, straighten yourself out. You know, because we might be the problem. I know since I went into the 12-step program, I'm a widow. I had a good husband before he passed. I was married for 23 years. That's a miracle for us to be married for that long. Any of us to be married for 6 months. Let alone 23 years. To death do us part. And you got stuff going on, and he got stuff going on, and you gotta learn how to accept and how to be. That's why our families won't stay together, because we don't stay long enough to work it out. I learned that through sponsorship. When my sponsor told me about her husband and his indiscretions and all that good stuff. You know, and how she stayed. Because most of us, hey, wouldn't I? Shut up, you don't know what you'll do. Especially if it's meant to be. Right. I learned how to be a good wife. And that wasn't no easy task, because that man put up with a lot of stuff from me. While I still going through my process of getting straight now. So those of you all that think you're going to use my past against me, I beat you to the punch. I've been clean for 29 years. Straight. With no chase. And I love this journey. And then I met John. Purest heart man I ever met in my life. Just as pure as it can be. And I want to thank you for showing up in my life, talking about it's her. You ain't talking about me. But he kept saying that the ancestors had already shown him, me.
All of the was all right.
I didn't want to accept the call, but I did. And it's been quite nice. Because he's become a very, very good man and a friend to me. They have stuck with me through thick and thin. You ever seen a man to pick up the pocketbook for you and carry it around for you? Y'all men need to get back to that. Carry my pocketbook's fun. I know it's heavy. I know mine be heavy sometimes. And if John can carry my pocketbook, y'all can carry y'all women's pocketbook. Okay? That it makes nice. That other thing mean a lot. But we're gonna get into that at a later date. I got something to do for you right now. I got the last candy in the bag for you.
All right now.
Y'all like to come out the bag. Come on. Let's come on out the bag. That's it. We're getting ready to go into, it ain't but one page. I made it 10 decrees. And they good bullets that's gonna hit the bullseye. I ain't trying to like shoot everywhere. I'm just trying to hit the target. So that's what I did.
Break down.
Y'all all right, TikTok? Let me see some thumbs up. I need thumbs to do right. Let me see some thumbs. Pick it up. I'm between the tick and the top. All right. Down the nation business of the Empress. No, not yet. That's at the end. I'll explain that. Deciding the clan mothers, all the women, no men. There's a reason for that. Y'all got y'all place, and we getting ready to get in ours. Everybody getting ready to get in their lane now. Because mama home now, and I'm getting ready to set some order. Right. And so y'all lane, I'm gonna get in your lane. You've been having it long enough, and you didn't do a good job. You did the best that you could, but now you gotta come back and let mamas take over and let us fix it for you. For y'all, we won't be here if y'all don't get out the way. Y'all gonna get out the way and let us do our job. Let us do our wonderful work for you. Because we are the master mason. Now, another talk show. From the desk of Her Majesty, Empress H.R.I.M, the Inter-Galactic Imperial Royal Court. The Inter-Galactic Imperial Royal Decrees. In the name of the Permanent Zero. This is an official Imperial Royal Decree issued and effective on April the 27th by the voice of my spirit, hand and seals. I am Empress H.R.I.M, born Sharon Victoria Wilson on April the 5th, 1967. 4, 5, 6, 7. And I caught you on the 8. Head of state of consciousness.
Yes, sir.
And presiding chief for the tribal nations for Turtle Island and its Imperial Royal Court and its territories executing and enforcing the Galactic Treaty and the law for nations, positive and natural law for all people on Mother Earth, Gaia, Pangea. My official Imperial Royal Decree serves notice to anyone and or anything on this planet Gaia who has engaged and are engaging in war crimes against Gaia and humanity. Including, but not limited to, HUE-man, trafficking, financial, chemical, and biological warfare. I am exercising my authentic seals from the Imperial Royal Courts against every persons or entities and their agents. Intergalactic orders by decree, mandates, enforcements to the extent of treaty and law for nations, natural law, which are in alignment with the great law of peace. The official Intergalactic Imperial Royal Decree and orders effective date of April the 27th, 2024. I am that I am. Decrees. 1. You, the original government seats for the tribal clan mothers and their territories are to immediately return back to your rightful places on May the 13th, 2024 at noon Eastern Daylight Time as the Intergalactic Congress located at 200 North 6th Street, where the Avenue of Freedom in Philadelphia, Shalagi, Cherokee territory. You never know. I found that place. We're gonna make sure. Honest on that. It's real. Sit on down. Oh yeah. They've been mumbling. Doing that. But y'all, this Mother's Day, we're gonna be in Philadelphia. This Mother's Day, this year, you will return back to your seats. I'm expecting for everybody to go tell everybody, we need to be in Philadelphia, meet us there. Because the Continental, as they used to call it, but it's the intergalactical offices of the tribal nations clan mothers. We are the original government, and that's what they've been keeping secret from us. That it was that outside of the government. Government. So guess what? We gotta go get the coochie off in fact. I'm gonna be taking in the office. You better write the address down. Let me get the address again, because I'm getting ready to show you in a little bit what our office is. It's 106 seats.
Yeah.
That need to be filled back in Philadelphia. 106 of them. And they made those seats Senate out. They ran us out with no return date. until tonight. You ain't gonna be sitting at the pot trying to eat if you and I gonna back up to get back in that building that they just doing tours on and not telling us that it's our right as melanated Indians to sit back in our seats. So y'all better be getting yourself together to make sure that those doors are open for us when we return. Now, number 2.
Break it down, Mom.
All licenses are now null and void. If they didn't come from the Imperial Royal Office, they ain't no damn good. Number 3. All British accredited registries, the bar, and or charters are evicted from Turtle Island. Because they've been the problem. The attorneys, wordsmithing on us, greedy, filthy, nasty penmanship that bound us and took us off of our square, as y'all say. Now, number 4, all municipalities, including but not limited to corporations and their agents. What is they doing? Okay.
Yeah,
Where here?
Went off.
Somebody was talking. Okay, there. Excuse me, y'all, because they'll be mad if they didn't get to hear this. Okay.
There we go. One, and we're back.
Okay. Now, number 4, all municipalities, including but not limited to corporations and their agents, are banished forever and therefore must vacate Turtle Island. Number 5, all financial institutions acting as banks, depositories will no longer be able to conduct business on Turtle Island. Throwing all that North Sea out on us, they ain't bagged by nothing. Number 6, I am blocking and restricting every product and or service that is exported and importing intellectual and tribal nations property. Through customs and border protections. Y'all better know that's how the stuff is getting out of here. Now, number 7, I am prosecuting every person and or corporations and their agents who are granting permission to unlawfully convert tribal nations trust property, including but not limited to the charters and license, etc. Number 8, I am executing bounty warrants and or claims, mechanic liens, against all violators, hazard bond and or insurance for engaging in commercial intercourse without the proper authorization or my written consent, or without a lawful treaty, or a verified surety bond for at least $5 trillion at par on file with the office of Her Majesty Empress Shopware. Number 9, notice will be given to the world at large regarding the Intergalactic Tribunal Court proceedings with details on each person's and or entities and their agents that have been sanctioned or executed until death. So if they go trying to find them, you know, it'd be somewhere written what they had. Note, future decrees and orders are to be either oral and or written and given as necessary upon request from the clan mothers. It is so, and so it is ordered. Her Majesty Empress Chakra Rareberg Migrant. It is so. Y'all don't know how much sacrificing I've done. And it's because I love you. Go ahead and have a seat. Because we're getting ready to close. Now, at the end, after everything's closed, I'm going to sign the treaty. And we'll be in treaty with one another. Ladies, madams, clan mothers, empresses, queens, goddess, gods, and no goddess, God, daughters, nieces, any feminine manifest in the flesh as a woman. Both the men and the women have work to do. Y'all still can hear me, right? We got work to do. Y'all can stay here tonight, clap all you want to. It ain't gonna mean nothing to me until you show up in Philadelphia. And meet me there. Get your hotel rooms or whatever you gotta do, but we going. And we're gonna get them doors unlocked and we're gonna sit in our seats. Sure. We're gonna put our government back in session. It's been a long time coming. You see this wampum belt? I'm the only one got one. The men have usurped the $5 Indian men. And usurped and none had they chance. This is always going to be displayed where there's a signing from now on, because my wonderful friend indeed bestowed upon me at my coronation this one and the one I have around my neck. And I'm the only woman that has one. So that says a lot about my status. Someone asked me,
We can't see it,
about
Empress.
what give you the right to display the the great law of peace flag. That's what I've been asked. But I gave him a simple answer, cause I can.
We couldn't see it, Mama.
Cause I can.
We couldn't
And
see
that's
it.
as simple as that. No explanation. And that's what I'm telling y'all. You don't have to explain crap to nobody. Go and take your rightful place on the weekend of Mother's Day, as they say. May Day, May Day, May Day. They're gonna be hollering May Day.
We couldn't see it, Empress.
That part. So I've dedicated my life to bring back our rightful government and put it back into circulation. And I had to slow walk that one down, y'all. I declare. You know, when stuff is hid from you, and you're on the hunt, they know you're looking, but they ain't gonna tell you nothing, right? But you know what? They ain't gotta tell me nothing, because I'm connected to divinity, the divine knowing. I'm connected to the omniverse. I'm connected, and they tell me where to go and look and the right timing. So I stopped saying I must have missed something. I ain't missed nothing. It just wasn't time to know. But I kept walking. And I know it when I see it. Y'all know how we go shopping. We know it when we see it. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I know it when I see it. And I see it. We are Indians.
Yes.
They're seeing us in all kind of stuff. And we are celestials. Indian does not mean anything, but you're of the highest realm of the highest.
Yes.
Atma, Buddha, Stahula. Look it up. It's a world system. And it was the first world system that was instituted on this planet. And there wasn't nothing on this planet but melanated women. And feminine energy is in the house. Don't hate on us men, folks, and don't try to keep us from us getting what we supposed to be and what we've been taken down from what we supposed to be. We need to be put back.
That's the balance.
We need to be put back so the balance can equal out. We ain't trying to oust you out. But you'll ask your own self out if you don't get in touch with your own feminine energy. And the women get in your feminine energy because all of us got both. So you might as well balance everybody. He, the Lord, he, the God, and he, and all. No. Masculine, feminine.
That's right. That's right.
And the feminine is on the top. I didn't say woman. The feminine is on the top. And the masculine is on the bottom. And so now all of us have to raise the frequency of this planet and balance back out because we've been down low in the masculine energy too long. Everything done turned man. Everything done turned he. We can't have that no more. It's gonna do correct itself whether y'all gonna be ready for it or not, whether you're man or woman, you ain't ready for it, that you just ain't ready. Because it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's already rolled. When I opened that portal on the family reunion, who was there and saw the portal open?
Back off.
You. God arrived.
I shake.
She came in on a ram. Nappy head, dark skin. Born 4, 5, 6, 7.
Come on now.
Look up Ezekiel. Look up Malachi. Ezekiel, what is it? 1 through 7. On the 4th month, the 5th day in the 13th year. And my year was 67 is what? That's all I'm trying to say. Look, I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. I already got the proof. And ain't nobody gonna challenge me. because I know what I'm here to do. I'm not here to lift myself up. I'm here to bring y'all back into y'all right divinity and put y'all back on the right path because you done been gone from home too long.
That's right, Mama.
That's my work.
That's right.
And I need to get my work done. So y'all get y'all butts down to Philadelphia because y'all know what I'm trying to get up off this planet. I'll show you. See, I come from the core of the sun from a place called Empress. And I got proof to show you where it is. So I know where I come from and I landed here for a reason. I have the banking redemption seals. I'm waiting on y'all to quit thinking this coming from the Federal Reserve. Because it ain't coming from there. The bank B, in quotations, Bank
B.
Now figure that one out. Bank. With the with the B in front of. So you come to the classes and get yourself straight now because you ain't getting nothing until you do. I got the portal for you to come through.
Yes.
The portal, the port of entry. The port of entry is through the 12 steps. And that's why I had them to come tonight. That's why I told y'all gotta be quiet. Y'all getting ready to miss something. There's a reason that for everything that I do, believe me, it's gonna unfold. It's everything that I do has a order and divinity that's attached to it.
I gotta plug in.
So I work under a foundation. The Turtle Island, the first 3 million acres was given. And as of February the 21st, 22nd, I believe, 21st, I believe, this year, they amended the Lodial title and say all of Turtle Island prior before Christopher Columbus and them stupid trees. So I got it all in trouble. I had to see being faithful with what they gave me that little. And I've been working my butt off trying for the people. Because let me tell you something, I could have put that trust in my name and my family name, and I could have just went on because I had the blood right to do it and nobody could stop me. But I didn't do that. I put it in the people name. Shalagi means the original people. And I use Cherokee because most people can identify with Cherokee. Everybody got a story, even they got a story. My great-great-great-great-grandma was Cherokee. And my great-great-great-grandma was the original indigenous woman on this land. And that's a difference. Indigenous. The original celestial spirit that our great from the beginning ancestral grandmothers, mothers that came here before we did pass that mitochondrial DNA down to us, and we still got it. That's the God particles. That's why they don't want us to know that we're the gods that we've been looking for, because the melanated woman is God. And if anybody challenge me, you can do it after service. We go behind the back here. And I bet you. You know what? Papa come around that curve. Bam! I don't have a problem identifying myself as God. I shall have no another God before me. So that's the work so far. For the last 2 weeks I've been in my seat. Them downloads been coming. And here we are.
Yes, sir.
Right now. Thank you. Thank you. To bring our people so stay out of here for a little while. They say stay a little while, please. You're in agreement. I'm in agreement. I say I agreed to come here to do the work that need to be done. I don't want nothing from nobody. And I don't want nobody accusing me. I want your house, your car. You don't have nothing on this planet I want but you to get yourself together. That will make me happy. To bring our people back in alignment with themselves. That's what would make Mama happy and sit on her porch. And let y'all come and see me and sit down and talk to me a while.
That's right.
Cause I'm getting a little bit seasoned on up in there. I got miss a step every now and then. Cause I'm getting up there, and I don't mind telling you that I'm getting up there. But you better not call me old. Cause I still kick a leg. I still ride motorcycles and crops, rockets, and stuff like that. I got one in my garage, do I not?
Yes, sure do.
I can't ride right now because everybody's scared something's gonna happen to them. So y'all hurry up so I can get back on my motorcycle. Okay? Love you. Maybe you want to go to and then plan must come on, let's line up. I know my clothes all twisted up. It'll be all right.
We love you, Mama Reverend. We love you so much. Everybody online, everybody all over the world, man. So beautiful. And love is the key. Love is the key. Chris, we ready? Turn it up for me. So beautiful to be loved. So amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Your love has truly been good to not even one sad day or minute have we had since you come my way. And I hope you know we gladly go. Won't ya? Anywhere you take us, it's so amazing to be loved. Follow you to the moon and the sky above. Come on, y'all, sing with me. Yes, sir. I go. Got to tell you how you thrill us. Happy as we can be. You have come and changed our whole world. Bye-bye, sadness, hello, hello. What a wonderful day. It's so amazing to be loved. Thank y'all.
I follow you to the moon and the sky above.
Ain't it amazing? Ain't it amazing, y'all?
Oh, yeah,
Ain't it amazing?
yeah.
It's amazing. Everybody online tonight, ain't it amazing? It's amazing, ain't it? Yes, sir. Sing with me. And it's so amazing.
So amazing to
Amazing. I can say forever, ever. Here in love and no never. Cause you got amazing love. Truly it's amazing, amazing. Love brought us together, together. Will I leave you? No, leave you never. Cause we've got amazing love. Ooh, so amazing. And we've been waiting for a love like you. It's so amazing to be loved. We follow you to the moon and the sky above. Everybody online, wave your hands. Everybody online, wave your hands. Come on, y'all. Come on, get with it. So amazing to be loved. We follow you to the moon and the sky above. Pop Mama, come on, baby. Sing with me, say it. Everybody sing with me. It's so amazing. Everybody loud. It's so amazing to be loved.
Follow you to the moon and the sky above.
One more time, y'all. Come on, y'all. It's so amazing to be loved. Follow you to the moon and the sky above. Oh, it feels so good. This love is so amazing. Is it amazing, y'all? One more time. So amazing to be loved. We follow you to the moon and the sky above. It's real, y'all. We love y'all. He said, play some more music. Just play some music. Let's get this party started right. Let's get this party started right. Here we go. To everybody online tonight, y'all spread the word. Philadelphia, what the day is, mama? Philadelphia. Made on. Through the what? Mother's Day weekend. We need everybody in Philadelphia, all the clan mothers, all the brothers. Yeah, we need everybody in Philadelphia. Mother's Day weekend. We really need y'all there. So we're taking our seats and government back. The clan mothers are in the building. And we'll be there to protect. Cool. See y'all in Philadelphia. We love y'all. Mother's Day weekend in Philadelphia. If it's chocolate rapper, Nigri, Chiflagi Cherokee Nation, the nation of higher consciousness. That's up. Get on down. We need everybody to get in a single line so we can get it done quickly. That way we don't have to keep y'all. We know y'all got stuff to do tomorrow. So we want y'all to get in a single line and get your signatures done. All the clan mothers. Love you all online tonight, man. Thank y'all for y'all support. Thank y'all for being a part of the family. Patar, love you, big brother. Yes, sir. We're in the building. To everybody else out there, we just love y'all, man. Keep the spirit going. Spread the word. Philadelphia, Mother's Day weekend. Yes, sir. It's on, baby. 106 seats. The clan mothers in the building. And all the brothers will be there. Yes, sir. It's on and popping. It ain't no stopping. Remember this. Walk in your divine self. Walk in your divine self. Don't walk in fear. Walk in that divine self. Supernatural things are happening. It's amazing. Step on up to the plate and walk in your divine self. We know you're tired of being in the place that you are. Ain't that right, Copper Drake? To all my sisters out there, all the clan mothers, get up, claim your divinity. Put everything else down and claim your divinity. Because that's what's going to take you there. Because everybody, this is your time. Hey, Chris, can you play that again? Play that again, Chris. Everybody, this is your time. We're going out with a bang tonight. Bro, I love you, man. I love you, man. The TikTok and the whole world over. Hey, bring it up, Chris. Let's get busy. Hey. Big, it's your time. It's your time. Hey, let's do this thing. It's a reason for the truth to be told. Be your light. Man, you gotta be bold. It's a price they will place on your soul free of cost. Now the truth has been told. It's a lie that we have to explore. Be aware when they open them doors in the matrix. Gotta stay on your toes. And don't bam, you be captured in some where they want us to be. Locked up, you can never be free. Baby, where they want us to be. Ignorant or a lie to see. Kill switch on, try to avoid. Baby, when they can see you go. Things like you, which means not be the star. This is your time. Hey, hey. Everybody, this is your time.
Hallelujah. We came to take a high. We came to take you high. Not alone in this zone today. Social media control our way. God close much for the plays with the seed by the game we play. In the truth, we don't care no more. In the cool for you to be a home. Everyone is not in your door, you're inbox, telling all the people on Facebook, telling all your peers, posting, sharing all your needs. God help us when we lost it. Give us from the head. Go to church if you like to go. The rich go bad times to talk. It's fixed in the birthday. Time to come. Let you go. You would think that's it's just take the time to rest. Something never brought the time. Like the pain that the world we live. I'm thinking God has it just for you. Do you have to get the day of the way? It's your time. Hey, I love you, baby. Hey, give it to me. Hey, what's up? Let me tell them what's up. We came to take you. Hey, check it out. The Holy Ghost got me in the dawn. And tell you about the heat in my tongue. God's spirit, they can't tap in that phone. I will be done. Every birthday now. Get it written. Everybody working, never chucking on the getting paid, never getting played. Looking out for our sisters and brothers. Killing people, I create people. When I people that live in the gut. Worldwide, it's a mission ride. And the people that love us because faith without works in dead. Take heed to these words I say. Stand up, got a whole day. Keep come from the devil way. Faith without works in dead. Get a piece of the daily bread. Stand up, got a whole day. Check it out. There's voice in the mouth of the soul. Emmanuel, I would never grow old. Full of fire, I'm about to explode. God is with us, so we take it good. Automatic, when I'm singing my song. Rhythmatic, just to bring you along. Information on what writing for you're with the king. Now the king is man, I'm good trying to release. It's telling you the God to peace. It's all from the west to the east. You gotta stand if you really want peace. We rise to the city we chief. Never knew we were gonna have a fulfill. Conquest wasn't really the bill. The money talk, just keeping it real. What's up, Big Key? What's up, Big Rob? What's up, Michael? What's going on, baby? What's going on? Who is that?
See, I see you in Philly. I see you in Philly, little water.
Brenda Harris, what's up? Now,
what's going on?
Dan Stevens, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, I see you in Philly.
Kevin Gates, what's up? What's up? What's up? The people up in Cherokee Nation, what's up? Mama Geneva, what's up?
I'll be there.
Peace to love.
Let's go. Who that is? Who that? Mario Tom, what's up, baby? Let's go, y'all. Who that is? You learned to die. What's up, baby? Yes, sir. Who is that? Lulu White. What's up, Lulu? We're in the building. Everybody, this is your time. Come on now. Everybody, this is your time. Now it's on. Everybody, this is your time. Now it's on. Everybody, this is your time. You know what? We came to take you high. But we love y'all. Thank everybody for your support tonight. Mother's Day weekend. Be in Philadelphia.
I love you too.
Be in Philadelphia. Mother's Day weekend. We installing the new government. 106 seats, all the clan members. Everybody come bring your children. They need, this is monumental. The Galactic, the Intergalactic. The Snoggy Cherokee family. We hear this is spiritual. It's way above being earthly. This is the divine order that came from the I Am Soul. We are here. The time is now. Today is the 27th. This is the new beginning. Love y'all, family. Love y'all, family. Yes, sir. Don't give up. Stay grinding. Mikey y'all in the house. This is my man right here. Mike, say something to the people.
Hey, I love you guys. I don't even know what it's the greatest time to be alive to transfer from 7 seconds.
Hey, I love this cat right here. We just met today and we connected because the love was real. It was the energy of love. It wasn't what tribe he's from, what his religion is. It was love, man. This is what we're about. If it ain't about that, ain't nothing gonna work. That force field of the divine order of the essence of the creation of the universe, which is you, ain't gonna shield you from nothing. You'll keep getting attacked. But we got this, baby. We got it, big much.
Every day, all day.
I love y'all, man. Y'all stay on board. Everybody stay on board. I love you guys. Geneva, I love you. Mark Anthony, I love you. Mario Todd, love you. Lula White, love you. Kevin Gates, love you. Patop, love you. Keith, love you, man. Keith Steele, love you. Michael Love Life, we love you, baby. Janet, Seamus, we love you, baby. Yolanda Todd, we love you, baby. We in the building. And to everybody who I didn't name, we love y'all. Just send the energy out. Just send the energy. Send that energy out. It's creating miracles. It's mind-blowing. Boy, I'm loving it. What's up, this TikTok? What's up, TikTok? Tag it, y'all. We that take the dream to TikTok. Everybody, Philadelphia, Mother's Day weekend. We're gonna keep y'all posted. We love you guys. All the clan mothers, have y'all signed? Have all the clan mothers signed the tree? Want to make sure all the clan mothers sign the tree. Come on around. All the clan mothers, come on. All clan mothers. Come sign the treaty. Hey, Chris, we thank you, man. We love you, bro. That's our dude right there. That's my DJ right there, boy. Love you, family. Yes, sir. Everything's good, man. This atmosphere is so good, man. You know, this Delaware, you know, this is the first state. It's the first state they created, so we had to go back. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Real talk. Todd Tariq Bay in the building. What's up, Big Todd? Hey, Todd, when you get a moment, and you can bring her with you. Yes, sir. I'm loving this. Hey, Mario, we having a good time, man. And Michael Love Light, they be having a ball, man. We having a ball together. Come on. Todd Tariq Bay, boy. This is our civics office, boy. The matriarch is back. Look here, this big bro. Go on YouTube, pull up the House of Real Awakening, Todd Tariq Bay, and Dr. G. Dr. G, go on down and learn about the civics. Because it's only popping. Tell them, Todd, they got to be in Philadelphia. Yeah, and this brother gets Need my red. Rod Hayes, want to give you a shout out, baby. Chocomasa. That's where they took it, and this is where we're playing. Right here now. The mama's afraid ain't mom no more. Hey, I love you, Todd. Rod Hayes. Love you, man. Keep rocking. You want to say something? Yeah, right on, brother Rod. We know you're here with us anyway, Chief Pontiac. We're back. Peace. Yes, sir. Tom Cat. Legendary Tom Cat, Big Chief. All the family in the house, man, is putting it down. Dane Calloway. Lorenzo Dickinson, we loving y'all, man. Loving y'all, man. Everybody, keep up the work. Keep up the good work. We the jamming right now. I'm gonna put this mic down. Big with the big. Come on. What you want to say, Uncle Bill? Hey, go by. I'm gonna tell him to cut this. I'm gonna get her attention. No, I'm giving it sleep. Let me get up. Well, my spirit. I'm Mother.
Okay, somebody's getting ready to sing me a song. Let me get over here. Somebody get ready to sing me a song. Serenade, boys. Got ready?
This is fabulous. Got it? Okay. So, come on, Miss Miss Rosalind. Vulnerable ten. Vulnerable two. What song? So, I'm waiting to hear. Okay, you have to come right here. So everybody can see. Okay, everybody, please, give Miss Rosalind y'all undivided attention, please, okay? She wrote a song and she wants to sing it, so I want everybody to hear it. Come on, please. I'm asking for everybody to calm down. I know the spirit is high up in here, but can y'all just give us 1 minute and let Miss Rosalind sing her song, okay? And then we're gonna party a little bit afterwards, all right?
This is for you, Mama.
Okay. Right here? Yeah, just come right here and I'll come right here. I'll just stand right here. Okay.
We have all been cocooned for the journeys of the unknown. We nest around the tree of life, waiting to be born. Rest assured, butterfly. Rest assured you're awaiting. Rest assured your journey. You will fly to the skies, butterfly. It is time to glow. Life is now your show. The beauty of love will enhance. Step up now and take a stand. Rest assured, butterfly. Rest assured you're awaiting. Rest assured your journey. You will fly to the skies, butterfly, fly. Yeah.
Let's show how we do it. That's how we do that. Then we can have fun a little bit. Hang around up here. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, here.
Where he at?
Brother Levan, where is
Can he sing like Luther?
I don't know. I never heard him
Can
sing.
he go, ooh?
I've seen Brother Levan.
I can't sing.
All right, you
But
give
I
it up.
want somebody to sing as well. Can y'all sing? Okay, where he at? He coming.
We waiting for you. You said
We waiting for you.
we're waiting.
It's who in the house? I don't know. What? Hey, Taj, you owe me a dance?
For you.
This for me? Come on then.
Yes.
Come on, you owe me a dance.
That can go.
Okay, I love it.
Someday, that's something.
Well, come on.
All right.
All right, Taj is gonna come slow while we. Then give him another brother.
If I had
Come on now.
just one day to live my whole life through, It was surely that someday, the day that I met you, newborn whippoorwill, calling from the hill. Summer was a coming in, but fast. Lots of daffodils were showing off their skill, nodding all together. I could almost still go on, kiss her, go on and kiss her now. If I had just one moment within my heart, it would surely be that tender moment, recalling how you all started, darling, when you smiled at me, that's
Let's forgive me, I'm sorry. This is a treat. Yeah, there you go.
If I had just one moment
I thought you
within my heart,
say goodnight.
it would be that recalling how we started.
Thank you.
With a mother's hand and make sure I back.
You might have to go home too.
Want to say goodnight to the full family?
We gonna get ready to party off camera now. We don't want no witnesses, all right? I'll see y'all making the cake acting soon, all right? Hold it down. Love and light, everybody.
Love and light.
I'll tell you.